Napoli fans around the world, welcome to Napoli Talk. Guys, 4-2 and we qualify 17 goals in 4 games. This team is something special, and the first 2 goals that we scored, whew, guys, those first 2 goals, I mean, have you ever seen a team play this well for this many games in all competitions? Scoring goals for fun, winning in different ways, winning with their starting 11, winning with their substitutes. I don't know how to describe this team, guys. I honestly don't know how to describe this team. It's beyond me. It's really beyond me. And you guys are, are super excited. I can tell from the comments. I'm just gonna address Daniel Bowen because he, before I even went live, donated to the channel. My man, you don't even know if I'm gonna show up. He says, hey brother Mandam, can't make most of the live, so happy to see Victor back. Great goal too, but bro, gotta work on staying onside. Oh my days, Osimhen, what were you doing? So many times offside. But he got the goal, so no one's really gonna remember those things. And yeah, I mean, Osimhen being back, that's huge news for Napoli. That means we've got Simeone, Raspadori, and Osimhen all fit, all ready to go. I don't know what Spalletti is gonna do, man. I see Osimhen as being a little bit rusty, and even then he's rusty, and he's so useful. He's the type of guy that even if he's not having the best game, he might score, right? Just because he goes off and pressurizes one of the defenders, right? Or maybe he assists by flicking the ball over to Lozano like he almost did, or like he did and Lozano almost scored, right? So even when it's not his best day, Osimhen just finds a way to be super decisive, right? Let me go to some other comments. Anthony Navarro's in the house, says Forza Napoli sempre, 10 goals, 4 and 3 against Ajax. Wow, what a club. Guys, I mean, if you had told me 2 weeks ago or last week that we're going to score 10 goals against Ajax, I would have said no way. Absolutely no way, guys. Luca says, ciao Domè, ma che partita abbiamo visto? Siamo agli ottavi. Yes, guys. We saw an incredible game. We're in the 8th finals. Is that how you say? Round of 16 of the Champions League. And guys, in 4 games with 2 to go, incredible. Now, we might not finish first, right? We need to still win against Rangers to be 100% sure, right? People could say, oh, but if Liverpool win all their games and they beat us, then we're going to be tied on points. But guys, the goal difference in our favor is huge. There's no way Liverpool can reach us if we win against Rangers, right? So 1 win from first place, but already now we're guaranteed being in the round of 16. That's massive, guys. That's absolutely massive. It also means that we can focus on the Serie A little bit more, right? Especially if we before that Liverpool game, right? It's not decisive anymore. We can focus on the Serie A right before and after that game. We would already maybe be first by the time we play that game. So yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a good time to be a Napoli fan. Blue Line says Forza Napoli sempre. Congrats for the win and reaching the round of 16. What a team this Napoli we've seen this season. Vetsu Oji, round of 16 secured, but I feel like Spalletti shouldn't have subbed on Osimhen. He had a really bad match. It felt like whenever we had the ball, we were playing with 10 since he was offside the entire time. And I think Vetsu is Nigerian, so this is coming from Osimhen's own biggest fans. But yeah, I mean, Osimhen was I don't know if the stream is lagging a little bit, guys, but yeah, Osimhen was a little rusty today, 100%, right? But you need to play him so that he can wear off that rust a little bit, right? You don't want to rush him into a game where we need to find a goal, right? We need to come back from behind. No, you want to play him in a game where you're already winning, such as the one today, and allow him the chance to get that rust off of himself. Also, I think scoring again in a Champions League game like he did is going to boost his morale so much. It's just going to make that recovery process all the more faster, right? Guys, do let me know, by the way, if the stream lags a little bit too much. I'll bring down the bandwidth of the stream, right? Because I've been having some computer issues all day. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you want me to reduce the bandwidth a little bit. Anyways, Rafael says, wow, che bellezza, mamma mia. Lozano was outstanding. Kvara was Kvara. Raspapapapa. Zielu show, top class every game. Anguissa was the strongest man on the field. Yeah, Anguissa was good, but you know, he came off between the first and second half, and I don't know if that's maybe something just to rest him or if it was precaution. So yeah, I mean, we really saw that Napoli struggled a little bit more when Anguissa went off the field. Note of caution, guys, in the player ratings, he does have one of the lowest scores in today's game. Not because he played bad. I mean, the score is still good. It's just because I wanted to give credit to the guys that stayed on for the majority of the game, right? And actually sweated a little bit more. They contributed to some of the goals. They scored some great goals. You know, I wanted to not put Anguissa so much in the limelight with the player ratings for the fact that he only played for 45 minutes and wasn't involved directly in the goals. Let's see, guys. Basilius is saying Ajax really cashed out this transfer window and couldn't replace players the way Napoli did. Sadly, fell off way too quickly. Yeah, it's a shame because Ajax is one of those heritage teams, so you want them to recover fast. But, you know, for us, it worked out beautifully. We happened to face them in a time when, you know, things are not so good for them. They sold a lot of players, new coach. I talked about this in the video previewing the Champions League group, where I did say that they were gonna struggle a little bit. So hey, you know, I did warn them. Vincenzo Bertillo is also in the house. We are Ludin is in the house. Says Forza Napoli sempre. Is Anguissa okay? I just watched that 70 minutes. I don't know. We don't know anything about Anguissa at this point in time. Joseph Antolino says, I missed the second half because of a work meeting. Glad to see we got the window. You saw the best half. The second half was very, very, I don't know what the best word is, but very different from the first half. Ajax came at us from the very start. They scored a goal. What we did in that second half was not play beautiful football. What we did was we showed mentality, because it's not easy for you to concede right after it's not easy to concede right when the second half starts, then get the third goal to bring yourself back to 2-goal lead. Then Ajax come back with a penalty and it's 3-2, and then you do that step one more time and you make it 4-2, right? It's really not easy to get hit, pick yourself back up, get hit, pick yourself back up, right? A lot of teams, maybe especially in that 3-2 situation, would have just sat deep, would have not been, you know, pressing as much as Osimhen did to get that fourth goal. They wouldn't have been so courageous, and then they would have maybe conceded the 3-3. Instead, we win 4-2, right? So, I mean, we have to applaud Napoli's courage. That's something that maybe we don't talk about enough, but it's true. And Rafa says, Sarò con te was so loud. It meant so much in this game. It gave me goosebumps. Yeah, what a shot at the end of the game. Helicopter, and you see the whole stadium singing. Wow. What a game. What a game. Team is sublime. Loved Osimhen and Kim Moment, I think, says 10th round. KK. Kvaratskhelia, of course, sorry. Now I'm like, KK, isn't that Koulibaly? No, it's Kvicha Kvaratskhelia is the new KK. Javier Miguel says Simeone is better than Osimhen. I mean, look, Osimhen is rusty, right? It's just going to be super tough now. Super tough for Spalletti. If we go based on merit, on what we've seen so far this season, Osimhen is third choice right now. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, right? You've got Raspadori, who scored a wonderful goal. We haven't even talked about that. Raspadori scored a wonderful goal. Simeone is also getting goals. He didn't even play today. and they've been carrying this team for the past month. They deserve to keep on playing a little bit, right? It would be a huge shame if one of them doesn't see the game, doesn't see the field too much. Let's see. Antonio says, I passed the pen to Osimhen and he was offside. I hope we can make top 4 in the Champions League, maybe the final, says Lewis C. Calma, Lewis. Don Kotokaru says, great team performance, forza Napoli sempre. Luca says, ciao Domè, ma che bella partita abbiamo visto. Yeah, I think I already read that comment. I don't know why my mind went back to that again, maybe because it's in Italian and it just automatically, like, I don't know, appeals to me a little bit more. Javier Miguel says, I don't know how people don't notice this, but one of the main key points of this Napoli is the 4-3-3. Spalletti changed it for 10 minutes last Serie A game to the 4-2-3-1. Then he clearly saw it won't work. Yeah, I mean, we did talk about this when he played against Lecce at the start of the season, the third game. That's the game that we drew, and he went to a 4-2-3-1 at that point, and it really didn't work. And he was, you know, brave enough and aware enough and, man enough to take back that decision and go back to a 4-3-3. Right, guys, I'm going to start going with the analysis of the game. I know the comments are coming in thick and fast, but I'm going to start the analysis of the game because there's a lot of you watching. Not a lot of likes, which is a little sad. You know, you just won a game, 4-2. You've seen all these guys score, and the way you can score is by smashing a like button and feeling good about yourself. But some of you guys are not doing it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys don't want to help out your boy here. Fabrizio is in the house, says, top Napoli. Hi, Dom. How are you? I'm doing great. I know you are as well after this game. And nice to see you always join the lives, man. I appreciate it. So let's go with the analysis, guys. Let's see. Right, we got enough likes, but actually no, I should never say something like that. We don't have enough likes, but enough likes since I said let's get some more likes. I'm screwing myself over with this. Why do I say stuff like that? Keep smashing the like button. Anyways, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's been a long day. Let's start with this analysis, guys, because I know you guys like this stuff. Okay, so how did Napoli score? Guys, come on. A little bit more likes. Anyways, how did Napoli score? So I think a key point here is the fact that we have both Di Lorenzo and Oliveira really help out in the attack, really help in the transition, right? We've got this 5-line where you've got Kvara, Zielinski, Anguissa, Oliveira, and Di Lorenzo all there. And what's key here is that you've also got Lozano, right? You've got Lozano super high up, and that keeps the back line of Ajax away from Di Lorenzo. So now Di Lorenzo receives the ball, right? And he's got all the time in the world to pick out a pass for Lozano. No defender can really close on Di Lorenzo at this point. And anyways, Lozano gets the ball. When Lozano gets the ball, something really important that happens is that Di Lorenzo continues his run, right? And you can kind of see Di Lorenzo's shadow a little bit on that side of the field, on the right side of the field. And what this does is that this keeps one of the Ajax defenders kind of grounded, right? The Ajax defender that's in the circle can't help out his teammate, because there's Di Lorenzo behind him. Now, some of you might say, oh, but Di Lorenzo's offside. Why doesn't he help out his teammate? Because, well, Di Lorenzo can come back at any point, right? So anyways, Lozano cuts inside. The Ajax back line is way too static. They don't pick up on Zielinski. You know, they really tried. I think they saw my video last week, and they really tried to not put any spaces in the middle, in between the center backs, right? They went from 4 in the back to 5 in the back. They really reduced the space, but what that means is that they lost someone in the midfield, right? They lost someone there, so Zielinski was free, and he picked out a beautiful pass for Lozano, and Lozano scores. And you can see actually Di Lorenzo come back into your screen there, so he wasn't too far away, right? So Di Lorenzo really anchored one of the defenders there. It allowed Lozano to go through the gap, and what a What a pass from Zielinski. What a header from Lozano. Incredible stuff, guys. Really, really incredible stuff. So let's see what you guys. You know what? I'm gonna put a poll, right? Because that's what I can do. I'm gonna ask, what was your favorite goal? Which was your favorite goal? Because there's a few, right? So we've got the Lozano one, we've got the Raspadori one, we've got Kvara penalty, and we've got the Osimhen that he chases the ball, right? I'm gonna ask which one was your favorite. I've got a favorite, and yeah, I'll tell you guys afterwards. Let's see. Chicho says that it's kind of lagging for him. I don't know, guys. Should I reduce the bandwidth a little bit? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. I'll reduce it by a little bit. It just means, when I say reduce the bandwidth, it just means I'll be like 5 seconds or so behind time, or you guys will be behind. I can't be behind. You guys are behind, so but it just allows the stream not to be instantaneous. So let me do that. So actually, I can't do that anymore. I started the stream with this setting. I can't fix it. My bad, guys. I hope it doesn't lag too much. Oh, is Rangers beating Liverpool? Oh, wow. There's no way. If Rangers beat Liverpool, then we qualify first, right? There's no other way. Oh my God. There's no way Rangers are beating Liverpool, guys. Oh my days. Yeah, if Rangers beat Liverpool, then we're first. So we don't even have to worry about the next few games. But still, 20 minutes into that game, so it's super early. Let me get a few more comments before we move on with this. Napoli really missed Rahmani, says Hazem Amir, for building up from the back and his passing, and Leo Stigard should have started instead of Juan Jesus. Jesus was super poor, not good on the ball, and gave a cheap pen. Yeah, it is a little laggy, isn't it? Yeah, guys, sorry for the lag, if there is any lag, guys. Really sorry about that. Anyways, for now, the Raspadori goal is winning the poll as the best goal. So let's get to that. Let's get to that goal. All right. But before that, I want to just shout out to Meret, because Meret made an amazing save. Really, really nice save from Meret, right? So this was when it was 1-0. I think this was crucial because it was not easy. It was deflected. Meret's been amazing this season for us. Anyways, how do we score the second goal, right? Because, yeah, I mean, a lot of the attention will be on Raspadori. But for me, there's Lozano, who plays such an important role here. Look at his position, right? He starts off always super wide, but look at him now, in between the two center backs, right? What this means is that it frees Raspadori, right? If Lozano was super wide, for example, if Lozano was where Di Lorenzo was, right, then Blind would have picked up Raspadori. But Lozano keeps them occupied, the both of them, and it allows Raspadori to receive the ball. He has a bit more time on the ball, and he can, you know, then do his little thing, right? Sard Wolf says, "What's your ethnicity, brother?" I don't think anyone has ever looked at me in the face and asked me what's my ethnicity. I think it's pretty obvious. What? Vincenzo Bertillo says, "Chucky goal for me because of the magical give and go with Zielu, but all great. Kvara gotta take more pens." Kanuhan Flame says he's thinking you're Georgian. Anyways, let's see. So Kanuhan Flame says, "We have 17 goals in the Champions League. Second most is Bayern and City with 11. The other three teams in our group have 14 between all three of them." Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Anyways, so we've got then Ajax coming back from the break, and they score, right? A good run. This is a good goal from Ajax. A good run. I think it's Chilison beats Oliveira. Meret actually gets a hand on this. He's unlucky that it goes in. Maybe could have Maybe he could have had a stronger hand there, actually. So, just needs to maybe work on that a little bit soft maybe there. And then Anguissa comes off, and Ndombele comes on, and also Raspadori comes off, and Osimhen comes on, right? And Osimhen is just so offside. But I've said this other times, I don't mind being offside too much, right? It actually kind of creates a little bit of tension with the defenders, right? Because they're always thinking, damn, we've got this guy who's running in behind us, right? So it puts that doubt in the defenders. But I mean, Osimhen exaggerated a little bit. Like, some of these are not even close, right? This is actually one of his closest ones, which says a lot. So yeah. Dom looks like Kvara's long lost Italian cousin. You know what? I don't know if it's still you, but like when we first signed Kvara, people were saying that. I don't think so. Hey, if I could have like 1% of his skills, then sure, let's be related. So anyways, speaking of Kvara, we get a penalty thanks to Ndombele. Some people are saying, and then Kvara scores, that's why, speaking of Kvara. But let's take a step back. People are saying here on Twitter, not Napoli fans, but other people, and the commentator, oh, this is a bit soft because Ndombele was so close to the Ajax player. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how close you are, and I'll tell you why, right? This is why. When you're a defender and someone's crossing the ball or someone's taking a shot and you happen to be close to that person, the first thing you do to avoid a penalty is to put your hands behind your back, right? Take a look at, for example, how Di Lorenzo defends, and he does this. Puts his hands behind his back. That way, you avoid any sort of issues like this. This guy, he did so many things wrong. First off, put his hand out. No matter if the guy is close or not, he put his hand out, and you should never do that as a defender. Number two, he turned his back on the shot. Shouldn't do that. The great defenders, Maldini, Puyol, Kim, right? They don't turn their backs on shots. They're not afraid of the ball hitting them in the chest. I know it's instinctive, but it's kind of something that they teach you in football schools, right? Don't turn your back. Also, because what happens if someone takes a fake shot and actually cuts the ball the other side? If you turned your back, you don't even see that happening, and you can't react to it. So I mean, for me, this is like really dumb defending, really stupid defending. So it could be a soft penalty, but man, that guy deserves to get a penalty against him. So yeah. Anyways, let's move forward to Kvara scoring the penalty, because we love this. Georgians love this. I mean, there was a lot of debate last weekend about should Kvara take penalties, and I think we can all agree that Kvara is very good at penalties because he also takes them for Georgia, right? But there was some debate of whether he should take them ahead of Politano. Now, Politano wasn't playing in this moment in time, so Kvara took it, which was great. But, if Politano's playing, then it's also a way I think it's a way to keep Politano motivated. Like, Kvara's getting all the attention. He's loved by Napoli fans. He's loved by Georgian fans. He's literally the most Googled name probably amongst football fans at the moment. Everybody's like, who is Kvara? Kvara highlights, Kvara this, Kvara that. So there's already a lot of hype on Kvara. And I think when you're in a team and you're part of a team, then, you got to make sure that you give some, when you can, you give some spotlight to the other players, right? So I think it's good that other players like Politano get a chance to take penalties, right? It allows them to also feel like they're important, because if everything revolves around Kvara, then other players start to feel less important, and that could influence also Kvara's performance, right? We want everybody motivated. Rafa is saying Kim is better than Maldini and Puyol. 100%, bro. I mean, definitely better than Puyol. I think Puyol, I don't know. I never really liked the guy. Yeah, I mean, is he better than Maldini? No, but yeah, he is. Let's see. Let's see some more comments, guys. Every once in a while, someone in the chat should like tell me if Rangers or Liverpool scores. I would appreciate that. Raspa, Osimhen, and Simeone, says Nino Malania. This is 3 different Napoli attacking way. It's very good for team. Don't worry about who will play. And congrats, Forza Napoli sempre from Georgia. Nice. Anyways, let's move on. And I think you're right. Let's move on, guys. Speaking of Kvara, we're winning 3-1. 20 minutes to go, and look at him defending. What a guy. What a guy. He was, so good with dribbling, so good with everything today, and then he goes back and defends like this as well. Wow. Incredible. We were talking also a little bit about Osimhen and a little bit about Lozano. I think Lozano had an amazing first half. Amazing. Kind of died down in the second half. I think he spent a lot of energy in the first half, but he did have this one chance. It was a Osimhen flick, and Lozano went back, and I mean Lozano got the ball. I don't know why I'm speaking with so many mistakes today. I think I'm just excited that we qualified. And Lozano, missed, but it was a good run. There was a good flick from Osimhen, so it shows that there's chemistry. It shows that Osimhen, when used in the right context, he can provide something for this team, whether it be goals or assists. So, it's good to see that we attack in so many different ways. We can attack on the counter, we can attack in transition, we can attack when, teams are putting blocks of defenders ahead of us and we dribble past them, or play lobbed balls over their defense. It's really nice to see the different ways that we attacked in this game. And yeah, I mean, speaking of Osimhen, he got a goal, but it was ruled offside. This one was a lot tighter actually than the other ones. But still, I don't think he realizes the number 3 is holding him onside. I think his only point of reference is Blind, which is like 2 meters behind him, right? So why he decides to go this early, I don't know. But as I said, he's a little rusty. But once he gets into the rhythm, he's deadly. He came on with so much hunger, guys. I mean, this guy, literally, I think he's the hungriest football player out there. I think maybe only Haaland has this type of hunger, this type of desire to get into the end, to score goals, I think only Osimhen and Haaland have that in common nowadays. And we also talked a little bit about Juan Jesus. Why did he start ahead of Østigård? It's not really clear to me. I thought that maybe it was a good opportunity for Østigård to get some experience, but I think Spalletti is still trying to play it safe right now. And it maybe it would have been a little bit easier for us if Østigård had been playing, because Juan Jesus gave away a penalty. It was a soft penalty. But actually, when you look at the replays, he does have his hands a bit all over him. Ajax scored. Also a very nice penalty by Ajax. Then we have this from Osimhen, which I don't know. Just didn't really time his run, right? I mean, it kind of goes back to, okay, so he was he was offside, right? But the fact that he was so over, right? The fact that he was offside actually meant that he was way too ahead of the ball. So then he had to put his body in such a weird way to try to make contact with the ball and push it forward, right? Because it was kind of behind him at this point. And you can kind of see by the fact that he's curved like that. And when your body's all out of place, then yeah, you're gonna miss, right? It's not gonna be smooth. So he needs to sort of control his runs, right? If he came from an onside position, I think he would have scored. So sometimes, here's a lesson for Osimhen. Sometimes being a little too eager is actually gonna not help you score, right? Sometimes you gotta just time it a little better. Anthony G, my man, says, random question, but will Osimhen always have to wear the mask? I don't think he needs to anymore, right? So I was speaking about it with Oma, his agent friend thing. You guys know Oma. And he was saying that actually he doesn't need a mask. He's just wearing it because it looks cool. So yeah, I mean that's literally the reason, guys. It looks cool, just like his hairstyle. It looks cool. You know, at some point he wanted to change it, and then he was like, "Nah, this is like the image of me now, right?" So I think Osimhen is just he wants to be unique. He wants to be different. He's embracing the mask now because it makes him different, right? Yeah, I think we actually should do something to embrace the fact that we have a player that constantly wears a mask as well. Like for a PR team, right? They could do so many things. Like in the new Batman movie when it comes out, they could have Osimhen do a bunch of stuff, or for Halloween, right? You know, because he's already kind of wearing something. They could do so much stuff with the mask from a PR perspective. But yeah, let's see if they do something. Micha Burri 8 says, what do we want? Victor is 100%. What do we do? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. This is the lack of sleep that I'm getting, guys, because you guys are writing in perfect English and I'm not able to read it properly. He says, what do we do once Victor is 100% fit? We lose playing time with everybody firing all cylinders, spoiled with riches. Yeah, it's a tough decision. If I was Spalletti, I would stick to Raspadori and Simeone for this weekend in Bologna because Victor seemed a little rusty. So I wouldn't start Victor. I would give Victor at least 30 minutes though. Then we've got 1 week break. And then we have Roma, right? So I think Victor still needs these next 10 days to really be back to his 80, 90, 100%. I think right now he's still at around 70. Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button, by the way. I know there's more of you watching than people that have smashed the like button. So as I always say, minimize the screen, smash that like button, subscribe if for some reason you haven't, right? There's a lot of people that watch this and are not subscribed. I don't know what you're doing, bro. And then after that, you can re-put me on the big screen, right? It's okay. I'll be back, right? I won't go anywhere if you minimize the window for 2 seconds. But it does help me out, guys. And I appreciate everybody commenting on the videos after we finish the live, you know, engaging that way as well, because it also helps a lot. And I also want to hear the comments of people who couldn't make it on the live, right? Maybe some of you guys are working or I don't know, spending time with your mothers. I don't know what you guys do, but it's cool that sometimes when you can't catch the live, you come back and, you know, watch the video later and then you comment. It's cool. Anyways, speaking of Osimhen, I feel like I've been speaking so much about Osimhen. You know, this is what I'm saying, right? Ajax had just scored, and instead of sitting back too much, Osimhen is out there pressing, and we get a goal out of it, right? And this is a team that shows courage, because other teams, they would have been scared at this point. They would have been scared that, you know, Ajax could score the 3-3. They would have sat back. They wouldn't have pressed. Instead, Napoli knew how to pick the moment. Sometimes they sat back. Sometimes they pressed. Sometimes they controlled the game with the ball. It's a very, very mature team. Very, very mature team. Ebetchi Jordovic says, just got into the live, great match, happy to see Ossi back, but he gives me speed vibes with all the offsides. Yeah, I mean, I gotta check the stats on Osimhen, honestly, on how many times we will actually do that. Shmuel M also joined, which is cool. Tarek is also here, says Ossi loves Bologna's net. That's true. I think actually the first live that I did, which passed 1,000 views, was when we beat Bologna 1-0, and it was like a last minute Osimhen goal or something like that, so everybody came to watch. So I have good memories as well of Osimhen scoring against Bologna. But still, right? I mean, he could still score, right? But I'm just saying, I don't think he's fit enough to start. And then there was this shot, which is beautiful, guys. This shot of the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, completely full, singing together on a Champions League night. Wow. Wow. They need to do some, guys. I think they need to do something with the roof here. Like they need to do like a Bayern Munich style stadium where you've got LED lights all over the side and the top, especially actually the side. Like you can't see it from the top here, but the side of this of the Diego Armando Maradona is a little run down. It's a little ruined, you know. It's an old stadium. I think if they just cover that whole area with LED lights, put some cool stuff, maybe show some, I don't know, show some ads, show the Napoli players, do something with that space, right? It also, if you show ads, you know how much money they could make by putting advertisements on the side of such a huge stadium in the middle of a city. Crazy stuff, right? So I think they need to do that. Other than that, I mean, this looks great. This looks great. It's a nice shot. I don't know why we went on to this tangent of advertisements, but yeah, I just love this shot. It's crazy, and I wish we could put the sound of people singing Un sogno nel cuore and all that, and Starò con te, Un giorno all'improvviso. Amazing. Arsene Lupin says, where is Kudos? He is offside. Let's see. Levan Kvaratskhelia says, on big and important games, I'd stick with Osimhen, and I tried Simeone on right wing as well, just to try to be sure. No, I don't think Simeone is a right winger. I think he's a center forward, complete center forward. And actually, Osimhen needs to prove that he can score in the big games. I think, so some context for maybe some of the newer Napoli fans, he hasn't scored many goals against the top 8 teams in Italy in his 3 seasons now with us. So he needs to really make sure to do that. You could say that today he scored a goal and it's a big team or it's a big occasion because it's the Champions League. But actually, you know, we already scored 9 goals against this Ajax team. So, and yes, it was an important goal, but it wasn't like, you know, I think it would have still ended 3-2 for us. Rafael says, dumb architect. Yeah, what can't I do, guys? I'm kidding. We gotta stay humble here. Waizu Olawale says, I kind of notice a buzz around Kvara aura once Osimhen is around. His confidence moves 1 inches. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a good aura around a lot of players now at Napoli. I feel like whenever anyone has the ball, I just feel like the other teammates trust them. The crowd thinks that some magic can come from anyone, right? I mean, we have players like Mauro Rui having 4 or 5 assists, and we're in October. And last season, maybe he had 3 or 4 all season, right? So really, the magic can come from anywhere this season. Anyways, who's your favorite goal? Raspadori is just winning above Lozano, but for me, personally, I love the Lozano goal. I love the Lozano goal. So that's my favorite. And speaking of players, let's go to the player ratings. And I'm giving Lozano and Kvara an 8.5. They're my man of the matches. I just absolutely loved Lozano's first half. And, you know, there's a lot of people that think that I have certain, like, I hate some players, you know, because I criticize Lozano a lot in recent months, right? That's not true. I don't hate anybody. I don't extra like anybody. You know, I try to be fair in my evaluations. Lozano in recent months was not playing very well. Today, he played very, very well, and he deserves to have an 8.5. Kvara as well. I think he was incredible today. Defended, attacked, amazing dribbles. Amazing. I didn't want to make one above the other. I liked them both equally today. And Raspadori, with an amazing goal, also gets an 8, but he only played 45 minutes, right? So we gotta control his total score. There, the midfield, you know, I think we did well in midfield. I think honestly the best 2 players for me were Kvara and Lozano. I think they made the difference. Lobotka did really well. Anguissa, Zielinski, guys, 7 out of 10 is a very good score. It's a very, very good score. Like this year, we've been giving out incredible scores just because we've been playing incredible. But 7 like last year, getting a 7 out of 10 could have meant that you were the best player on the field, right? Even when we were winning. So this year, let's remember the context here. 7 still means a very good game. So I don't want you guys to think like, oh, he put Anguissa so low. No, it's 7 out of 10 is good. It's good. Oliveira, I really liked him. Really liked him, actually. He was instrumental going forward. I think he was one of the best players going forward, putting himself in the right positions and also defending. Same thing with Di Lorenzo. I also thought Di Lorenzo was amazing today. Really good passing, really good support. He was everywhere, running back and forth. The wingers and the fullbacks for me today were amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I thought they were incredible. Kim did well. Meret did well as well. I think he would have gotten a 7.5 if he saved that shot. Actually, if he saved the Chilinsen header, he would have probably had an 8, And Juan Jesus gets a 6. He conceded a penalty, but it was super soft. So, we're not gonna put him in the below average category. It was average performance. 6 is average. The subs, I think they did well. I'm giving Osimhen only a 6. I know he scored. I know he was very lively, but way too offside. So, every offside is like not every, but like after like 3 offsides, you can't really give higher than a 6.5, right? And then Ndombele, I think he played well. He came on, contributed to us having that third goal, which was the decisive one because of the penalty. So yeah, Gentile, or I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, as man of the match, Kvara. I don't know. If I really had to pick one, I think I would say Lozano. Man, because Lozano got us the first goal, and I think he was super important with the second goal, his movement. I know Kvara as well. Kvara was super important as well. He got the assist, right? He got the assist for the second goal. He scored the penalty, but I don't know, man. I really liked the first goal. I really liked it. It was kind of self-made by Lozano, and it set the tempo, the third minute, I don't know. It's tough between the two, but if I had to pick one, me personally, I would pick Lozano. But yeah, unlucky Kvara, unlucky. But luckily for me, I don't actually put man of the match on this, right? I just put out ratings, and they're showing equal right now. So for me, they're both equal on paper, right? Diego Marquez, saludos Dom. Nice to see Napoli still win and not taking a step back. They still pushed forward and produced. And Diego, your boy Lozano, played amazing today. Basilio says Oliveira had better game than Di Lorenzo. I would say there were a few misunderstandings between captain and Kim. Oliveira, yeah, I think I'm being harsh on Oliveira here. You're right, actually. I think Oliveira deserves an 8 because I think he also did a really, really good defensive intervention with his header. What I liked about Di Lorenzo, though, was that he was always... I think he ran a little more. It just felt, I don't know. It's hard to describe sometimes, but it's just the feeling that I got. That Di Lorenzo was just always there to support, right? I think he pushed forward slightly more than Oliveira, but hey, both 8, I'd be happy with that. Oliveira, underrated gem, loved him, Forza Napoli, says Tito Leofea with a $3.49 New Zealand dollar donation. Thank you, TT. My man is in the house and donating once again, bro. Thank you to everyone that donates, guys. You guys are incredible. Adam Z201 says, I think Kvara and Zielinski played well with each other today. Yeah, I mean, that left-hand side of Kvara and Zielinski, I mean, they can do what they want. Technically, they're the 2 best players on the field in terms of skill with the ball. So they can do whatever. They can, play in super tight spaces and get around 4 players if they really put their their mind to it. So yeah, it's incredible what we're seeing this season. Hanno Hecking says, Dom, do you think we should start like the B team against Rangers and Liverpool, or still go for the best result? Greetings from Holland and Forza Napoli sempre. So Hanno, I'm assuming you're not an Ajax fan, even though you're greeting us from Holland. So you must be happy, I assume, and you talk like you're a Napoli fan, and I think I've seen you here before, so I think I know that you're a Napoli fan. Anyways, I think a lot depends on what Rangers do now with Liverpool, right? So let's see. Right now, Rangers Liverpool is 1-1. I would still like to be, in first place in this group. So I do want the 3 points against Rangers, right? If it stays like this, then if it stays like this with 1-1, then technically we could get a draw against Rangers and still lose against Liverpool, and we'd be fine, right? I think I'm doing the math right. I don't know. This is simple addition, guys. I'm an engineer. I should be able to do this, but I think I'm low on sleep, and I think you guys can tell. I'm low on sleep. Nino Malaria says, Adams, I agree with you. Kvara and Zelu were great today. So yeah, I mean, I think if mathematically we're not yet first, I would still play a good team against Rangers. I wouldn't put it like a B. Like I wouldn't put by B team. If you mean like switching 11 people, then no, I wouldn't do that. But if you mean switching 3 or 4, yeah, for sure. Kanohan Flame says, you're correct. A draw today, and we only need 1 point from our last 2. Okay, good. My brain is still functioning. Nice to know. Thank you guys. You guys got to check on me. So yeah. Even if we lose 2 games, Liverpool need to score 13. No, I'm pretty sure if we lose the next 2 games and Liverpool win the next 2, then they could be on 13 points and we'd be on 12, so they'd be first. So I think we need a draw against Rangers. We need at least a draw against Rangers if Liverpool still end up drawing to Rangers today. If Liverpool lose, then we're automatically first. So yeah, we need to see. We need to see how the next 45 minutes go for Liverpool. Right, now, our next games, right? Because we're talking about all these different games. We've got Bologna, right? Last push before we get a week off. So in this Bologna game, I think I would go for the same starting 11 as today. I would maybe, depending on if Anguissa came off with an injury or not, maybe put Ndombele instead of Anguissa, just to preserve Anguissa. You don't want him to go off with a muscle injury and then he's out for 2 months, right? You want to just keep that under control. And then I would put Simeone instead of Raspadori. I feel like Simeone deserves a start, right? Just to keep also his motivation up, because imagine how the guy must be feeling. The guy is scoring goals every time he comes off the bench, and every once in a while you got to be rewarded. He didn't even play today, so I think it's correct to play him against Bologna. As for the defense, I would play Ostigard instead of Juan Jesus. I think Ostigard is a very, very good defender. I'd put Mario Rui instead of Oliveira. I think Mario Rui is better suited for the Serie A. Oliveira better suited for Champions League football. And then, yeah, the rest as it is. So actually, that's a few changes. That's 3 or 4 changes that I would make. So I don't know if you guys agree with that. After which, we've got Roma the Sunday after that. And that's going to, assuming we win against Bologna, guys. Assuming we win against Bologna, then we've got Roma. If we beat Roma, then I think at that point, we can start talking about the Scudetto. Because right now, guys, it's not that clear. It's really not that clear. Like, I mean, look, I'll show you guys the table, okay? Let's go on Google, okay? And ignore this game. I just want maybe to show you guys the fact that Ajax had 6 yellow cards and we had 3 offsides, and Osimhen was all of them. Anyways, ignore this, right? Let's go to Napoli and let's go to the Serie A table, okay? And if we beat Roma, assuming we both win the next game, if we beat Roma, we would put a 7-point gap to Roma. At that point, we can, I think, consider Champions League pretty safe. And that's because I think teams like Udinese will start to drop points, you know. So essentially, the top 4 and Lazio will drop points. So I think the top 4 are Napoli, Atalanta, Milan, Roma, right? If we can make a gap to the team that would be 4th or maybe 5th, because maybe Lazio doesn't drop off, right? Then that's already quite good. I don't think Udinese will stay there too long. And after that, you know, then we can start thinking, okay, which one of these teams could win the title? Is it Napoli? Is it Atalanta? Is it Milan? Right? If we lose against Roma, then I think, you know, it's going to make an interesting table. It's going to make a very interesting table. I think Inter right now are borderline out of the Scudetto run. I think they are out of the Scudetto run, to be honest. So yeah, it's really just, it depends on Roma here. If they win, then we get dragged into a 6-7 team battle. If we win against Roma, then I think we can just focus on 1 or 2 other teams that we're fighting the Scudetto from, right? So that's a critical game. I don't know if I'm making sense, guys. It is pretty late. It's pretty late, and I am low on sleep, so tell me if I'm making no sense. Mattias Bifani says, everyone smashed alike. Also love seeing Oliveira and Di Lorenzo passing to each other today. Looks like a Robinson Trent Alexander-Arnold relationship. Great fullbacks. Yeah, it does. They're very modern players. He does remind me a little bit of those two, Oliveira, and Di Lorenzo has grown to be a bit more attacking. It's nice to see Juventus doing so badly, says Lewis. Yeah, 100%. And it's nice to see them say that they're supporting Allegri. It's like music to my ears when I hear that. Let's actually see, when do we play Juventus? Let me see. Napoli, Juve, we play them in January. What a shame. What a shame that we play them middle of January, 3 months from now. It would be super nice to play them now. What a shame. Anyways, guys, I think we did everything except the Spalletti press conference. So let's do that. Let's do a little bit of Spalletti press conference to see what he had to say. And then, all right, let's see what he had to say. Make sure you are smashing the like button, guys. I hope you guys are. I really hope you guys are smashing that like. And I hope you're subscribing if you're new, because we're almost at 3,000. So that'd be super cool if we can get there. So anyway, Spalletti says, they ask him, is this something that other teams in Italy should copy, right? And if so, why are they not doing it? Why do Italian teams struggle so much in doing this? And Spalletti says, look, this is way too difficult of a question. The simple answer is that my players are doing something exceptional, and they're bringing the, proudness of the Napoli fans to the stars. Their enthusiasm gives us a lot of satisfaction. They ask him, is there something to improve? Ajax scored 2 goals, and he says, yeah, we need to work on the way that we run. Some things we didn't do so well. Ajax showed that they play very good football, but at the same time, we didn't lower our level either. And we played against teams in this group that are very, 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 very good. And it's incredible that we are qualified in the 4th game. Osimhen had a lot of hunger, and Spalletti says yes, but he has to play more with the team. I made that substitution because without Anguissa, we had to recalibrate the bare center of the team. We had to have a focal point up top because Frank also provides a lot of physicality and heading possibilities, and we were going to lose that without Frank, so we needed to put Osimhen in the game. I was hoping that this would help them slow down their build-up play, but Osimhen wasn't able to do that because he still doesn't have the right condition. But then in one of the times when he did do the pressing, it led to the goal. He screwed up a very easy goal, but this is him. He's not exactly the cleanest of players, but for us, he's a very, very important player. I'm sorry for Simeone. He deserved to play. Ajax coach said that Napoli is one of the best teams that he's ever faced, and Spalletti replies, it's very nice to hear that. He understands and recognizes talent. He works in a club that's very good at creating teams, at picking players since they're very little. He's a great connoisseur. We have the humility to play the way we have, and it's great to hear these things. And he also says, I want to emphasize Kvara running defensively all game. That is very, very important. If you don't do that, then you're not continuous, and you find the ball in the back of the net. So he wants to make sure that he keeps praising Kvara's defensive performance as well. They ask him about Anguissa, and he says, we got to evaluate Anguissa. He felt something pull. It's something that we were saying about the Champions League. As soon as you miss a key player, then it becomes very difficult to play the way that you were playing, and the game became immediately very tough for us when Anguissa left the field. They ask him why he came onto the field a few times, giving out advice to players. We saw Spalletti be very active today, and he says, we've got to remain always active. The Champions League is like this. If you allow a team to attack you a certain way, or you don't arrive to the ball on time, or you mess up your pressing, then they could hurt you. So I had to make sure that the team was fully concentrated, and I had to guide them a little bit with that. But we're doing so much better than last year. Last year we went into there was a few more moments of difficulty, and this year it's really good. Raspadori spoke a little bit about tiredness after the game. Will this qualification so early give you guys the chance to recover some energies and concentrate your energies on the Serie A? And he says, this win actually gives us a big boost. Raspadori, worked like a lion today with a lot of quality, with intensity. He's doing this for us a lot. We have to now recoup some energies. And Ndombele, meanwhile, is recovering his condition a lot. He's doing well. He's got a lot of quality. He's got a sense of finding the right space to enter with the ball. And he's got a good shot from outside. But he needs to still find his feet a little bit. So that's Spalletti's press conference, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's get some few more comments before I gotta go and read some case studies. Gabriel, the work never stops, guys. I'm always on the grind. Gabriel Gazzetti says, Jesus was tragic today. Homie was throwing that match. Yeah, dude. Jesus was, oh my days. Jesus, what were you doing? What were you doing with that penalty? It's a soft penalty, but you'd think that someone with so much experience would do better than that. Matthias Bifani says, everyone smash the like. Yep, let's do this. Gabriel Gazzetti says, if we go into the World Cup still first, I think title hopes are very, very real, very exciting. Yeah, we've got 1 month, guys. 1 month until the World Cup, which is crazy. I think the Serie A ends on the 15th game of the season. It doesn't end, but it gets interrupted on the 15th game. So 6 games to go, something like that. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. If we can get a good run, then it's looking good for us. Michael Sass says, Bassi, the Ajax left backs. Wait, I lost the comment. Where did he say? Bassi, the Ajax left back, was so good, Napoli should have bought him. Yeah, I mean he is good. I mean I think we're covered at left back. Honestly, we have Oliveira and Mario Rui, so it is what it is, right? And I think he struggled with Lozano and Kvara as well, so he's not world class. He's not a gem. I think I'm fine with the ones that we have. Have been a fan since 2015. Hi from Brazil, says Vinicius Campos. Man, we got Vinicius Junior in the house. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Vinicius Junior. EJ Weiss is great as always. Dom, have a great night, my guy. Thank you. I hope I have a lot of sleep tonight. Thank God we didn't have that Chelsea versus Milan ref. Would have seen many red cards this game, says Basileus. Yeah, I mean that was a crazy game, but it's so funny watching Tonali post game being interviewed, and he's complaining about the ref, and then they show Jorginho, who's listening to the interview, just laughing. It's so funny. Canon Flame says, we Napoli fans have earned a mentality that makes us drool at good left back performances. That's all. No, we good now at left back. We hadn't had a left back in 5 years, but we bought one now, and now we good. Ayola Oni says, you done with cases? Bruh. No, man, I still gotta do the... We're talking about homework now. I still gotta do one of them. Anyways, this is football talk, Ayola. Come on. My guy Ayola, thanks for joining the live. But yeah, guys, that's the game. I mean, we gotta wait and see what Liverpool does now. We've got Rangers Liverpool happening right this second. It's 1-1 at halftime. I think they restarted the game since a few minutes now. Let's see what they're doing. Still 1-1, 48th minute. If it ends like this, all we need is 1 point against Rangers to qualify first. So that's massive for us. That's this game. So, guys, to recap, Napoli are qualified. We're playing amazing football. Times are good. We scored some incredible goals. And we've got Bologna on Sunday, guys. So I hope you guys join the live on Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week. And yeah, enjoy Napoli winning. And thanks for joining the live, guys. And as always, Forza Napoli sempre. Ciao.